Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're talking all about keeping people safe at work. And we're brought to you by Safety One Source, right?
Absolutely. We're focusing in on safe egress. It's one of those things, kind of fundamental.
You would think so. But we've got some excerpts from a safety standard here, and, well, let's just say there's a lot to unpack. For all of you safety professionals and risk managers out there, this is definitely one you'll want to pay attention to.
For sure. We're going to break down the essentials of safe exit routes and why they're so critical.
All right, so let's get into it. First up, we've got this general requirement for unobstructed egress. It's basically saying exits always have to be clear, totally free, no matter what, especially when people are in the building. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward, but where do things tend to go wrong in practice?
You'd be surprised. It's the simple stuff that gets overlooked. You think about hallways with storage piling up or equipment crowding doorways. The standard is very clear, though. Nothing should get in the way of a quick escape.
Which makes you think, especially for the risk managers listening, what kind of issues could pop up if an exit's blocked and something happens?
Oh, absolutely. That's a big one. Huge liability there.
For sure. And of course, the standard lays down the law, no locks or anything that stops someone from getting out. Seems obvious, but then there's this exception, right? Mental health places, correctional facilities, those kinds of institutions. How do they handle that? Balancing security with getting everyone out safely.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's a specific exception, and it comes with a lot of conditions. Constant supervision by trained staff, emergency plans that are super detailed, all that stuff.
So it's not like they just get a free pass.
No, not at all. It recognizes they have unique security needs, but the focus is still on making sure everyone can get out safe if they need to.
So for everyone out there listening, especially if you're dealing with workplace safety day to day, this first point, it's like a constant check, isn't it? Are your exits really clear? All the time.
All the time, yeah. Setting it up once isn't enough. It's got to be an ongoing thing.
Which brings us to our next big point, and that's marking those exits clearly. The standard is really specific about this.
Yeah, this is key.
Obviously, you got to have those exit signs that everyone can see, no question. But it goes deeper than that. If someone can't immediately tell where the exit is, you need clear markings showing them how to get there. That's a whole other layer of thinking about how your workplace is laid out, right?
Absolutely. Imagine a big office complex or a building with multiple floors. If someone's not familiar with the place, can they find their way out in a hurry? Especially if there's smoke or, it's a stressful situation.
Right. So for the safety professionals listening, the question is, are your signs big enough? Are they lit well enough? Are they in the right spot so people know exactly where to go?
Exactly, because when panic sets in, even if you know the building, it all goes out the window. Those signs become crucial.
That makes sense. You kind of go on autopilot. So what are some of the common things you see that trip people up when it comes to these exit signs?
Honestly, a lot of it is visibility. Are there decorations blocking the signs? Is the lighting bad? Sometimes it's about consistency, are the signs the same throughout the whole building? Risk managers, you might want to think about doing some drills to see how effective your signs actually are, in a real life scenario.
Yeah, good point. Okay, let's move on to the last big principle here, and that's maintaining these egress routes. It's all about keeping them clear so they can be used immediately in an emergency.
And this is where those regular checks come in, right? Someone from the safety team needs to be proactive because something as small as a stack of files up against a fire door, that could be a huge problem if people need to evacuate.
It's that instant use part that gets me. Every second matters.
Exactly. So we're talking about a constant state of readiness. It's not just clearing stuff out once in a while. It's making sure those paths stay clear all the time.
So how do you actually keep up that level of vigilance? What works best?
A few things. Daily walkthroughs are really important. Assigning responsibility for different areas, and having a clear way to report anything that's blocking an exit. For safety professionals, documenting those checks shows you're serious about keeping things safe.
Makes sense. All right, so let's sum this all up for everyone listening, especially our friends at Safety One Source.
Yeah.
We dug into this safety standard, and it really highlighted three key things, right? Unobstructed exits every single time, clear markings that show people where to go, and constant maintenance so those escape routes are always ready to go. It all boils down to keeping people safe at work.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Understanding these principles and actually putting them into practice, that's the foundation of a safe workplace.
Absolutely. And here's something to think about as we wrap up. Think of a building you know well. Maybe your office, maybe somewhere else you spend a lot of time. Could you honestly say it meets all these requirements all the time? What could be improved, even small things, to make it safer for everyone?
That's a great question to consider.
It is. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, stay safe out there.